League is back. The Budo League is back. Hello, it's Masawi here. This is the series where I talk about everything TBO, but for today specifically, the President's Cup. Every good league out there has a curtain raiser. To remind everyone, business is back as usual. The Premier League has the Community Shield, the Europa League has the preliminaries, and so does the Champions League. The TBL has the President's Cup. But before we get into the video, let's observe a moment of silence for the late Dr. Stephen Kasule. Our condolences to the family and the friends of the departed. On to the football now. The Peaky Blinders lost the previous edition of the President's Cup to Duje FC. The gaffer was having none of it. Here's Peaky Blinders coach after losing last season's President's Cup.
Inshallah, I will be there. I will be there, inshallah, I will be there.
The entire day was pretty sunny, not the pitch though, right until the final. A total of 10 matches were played over the day, but only one mattered. The champions of last season, Endgame, and the champions of the Semi-Volley Cup, the Peaky Blinders, came to tussle it out in the mud to see who would be the fairest of them all. Endgame getting to play this cup for the very first time in their history, and the Peaky Blinders having their fourth go at it. The odds were not looking good for Endgame.
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, bruv.
Here is Endgame carrying all their awards of last season, trying to intimidate Peaky Blinders, who have carried nothing. This is how the fans of Endgame were looking. Here's Endgame's captain listening to the Champions League anthem for the very first time. And here is Semwemba Lennon ready to take on his former employers. And the match is underway. Endgame hoping to extend their dream run of winning. Peaky Blinders here to stop it. Yeah, it's a wrap. Peaky Blinders won the game. What a surprise. Peaky Blinders went on to win the game by a scoreline of 3-2. There were questionable goals conceded at both ends of the pitch. Goalkeepers pulling off howlers. This is how the goalkeepers turned up for the final, neither of them knowing who is the real imposter. JB of the Peaky Blinders got 2 goals from range and was very surprised he'd actually scored for the first time all year. Endgame gave Peaky Blinders a run for their money, a little too late, as the match concluded 3-2. Peaky Blinders took the lead after a questionable foul from the Endgame's new signing. AB made no mistake, placing the ball into the top corner and celebrating like Doku and Akanji.
Let me see you do it, do it right, do it left, do it right, do it left, do it.
JB would make it 2-0 later on, and the rain would eventually chase away the cameraman, who wasn't prepared enough for it. As the rain intensifies, a howler from the Peaky Blinders goalkeeper gifts Endgame a goal. First half ends 2-1. Quickly after the restart, another howler from the Endgame goalkeeper from a JB shot right from the centre through the legs of the goalkeeper. Classic Sunday League. In the dying minutes of the game, Endgame pulled off a goal to make it 3-2, but a little too late. Peaky Blinders go on to win the game 3-2. Here is Semwemba Lennon celebrating in the camp of the Peaky Blinders. Unfortunately, there's nothing Ricky could do but hold his L. Here is Ricky holding his L. This was a game that lived up to its bidding. The conditions could have been better, and I believe the contest could have been much fairer considering the surface. But in all honesty, Endgame are a team to watch out for. They don't give up that easily. On paper, it could have been an easy one for Peaky Blinders, but I'm sure they felt the burn of the Endgame. Later on, DJ Boogie gave us a party so that everyone could dance off their coldness and warm up a little bit. That's where we'll stop it for now. If you've liked the video, give it a like. If you've not liked it, dislike. But make sure to watch the other videos and the other highlights. This is the very first form of this type of video I've made, basically because I just didn't have footage of the rest of the goals. But yeah, follow, share, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.